Assalamu alaikum viewers. Today the topic of my lecture is uh, refugees or migrants and human rights. In 1951, one boy fled from his village. He was along with his family. He fled from his village that was burning, that people were being killed everywhere. Bloodshed was there. He was running with his family to save their lives. He was the boy who later became the Secretary General of United Nations, Ban Ki-moon. But I would say that not all refugees, not all migrants are so lucky to have such a post, to rise to this level, to become the Secretary General of the United Nations. Because today Rohingya Muslims are forced to sell their daughters to become child bride in Malaysia. Today, more than 3 million Syrians are being hosted by Turkey. Today, more than hundreds and thousands are being capsized, are being drawn in the sea. Their boats are being capsized. Today, there are so many border forces who are forced to misbehave or misconduct the influx of refugees. These refugees, these migrants are those people who left their homes, who left their birthplace that is always dear to everyone, just because to find safe haven for their lives, for their children. But they don't know, because if the human rights are being misbehaved, misconduct, misused, abused at home, how they can be ensured across the globe under the big sky. This is what happening here. There are so many kinds of refugees and migrants, but the more concern here in my lecture today is about the displaced peoples and the refugees. Like internally displaced people, you can say IDPs and refugees. Currently, there are, according to United Nations Report 2019, there are more than double the refugees that was in 2006. Now it has become almost 79.5 refugees across the globe. And most of the neighboring countries are being affected with this influx of refugees. Like in Venezuela, we can see that in Venezuela, the protracted civil war, the political and the economic crisis have forced people to flee from their country. And neighboring countries like Argentina, Chile, Brazil, Ecuador, they are facing these refugees. These are the countries who are themselves struggling with their economies and with their own issues and the problems of their own people. But the influx of these refugees become a great burden for them. Similarly, Castle and Miller, in his book that was written in 2003, he pointed out three tendencies of migrants. Migration's 5 tendencies, but the 5th one is, I found, the more truth and the most prevalent in this 21st century. He said that there will be more migrants, more conflicts internationally, and the refugees problem will become a problem which must be addressed by the international players like the superpowers. Like you can say the Syria, protracted war, long war. Like United Nations is saying that these conflicts and the wars are creating more deaths, are creating more refugees than the World War II. So they say that Syrians, 3 million Syrians are being hosted by Turkey, and more than 0.377 million other nationalities are being fed by Turkey. This is a great burden for him. And on the other side, we see on the borders, on the Greek borders, Greek and Turkey, they are fighting with each other. Their border forces are fighting with each other. Why? Because of these refugees who are trying to, from Turkey to flying to Greeks to enter to Europe. On the other hand, Greeks says that this is the Turkey who is sending these refugees influx towards our borders. So everyone is throwing like they are not the human beings, they are things. They are throwing like this. United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon wrote an article in 2018 about his own experiences, because as I told you that he was also himself a refugee, he was also a migrant from his native land. So the miseries and the killing and the massacre he saw in his childhood haunted whole life to Mr. Ban Ki-moon. And he, in his article, in the end, he said that there is a need of solidarity, and at the national level, at the nations, this is a solidarity, and the matter of conscience, of international conscience, should take these issues vibrantly, because they are human beings. They should take care of these events, so that these refugees, if some unavoidable conflict had happened, that then these refugees might be settled, and these are the superpowers who are going to financially support. And this is a very one important thing is, which I think miss in the start, is that only the developing countries like Bangladesh, like Afghanistan, like Pakistan, like Turkey, they are like in South America, you can say Chile and Peru and these things, these countries are supporting refugees, but not the North riches, not the superpowers, they are not sharing the refugee burden fairly. They should take care of these refugees first of all. But before that, I would say that if United Nations play its role regarding the making nations sensible towards solving their problems, instead of going towards war, instead of going towards armed conflict, United Nations should make nations sensible to move towards sensible solutions, so that refugee issues can be settled, displaced people can be settled. They will not leave their countries. If the situation at home is okay, fine, they will not leave their country. Other kind of migrants, like labor migrants, like students, like other migrants, they are okay, they are fine. But these refugees and the displaced persons, only 1% of these refugees get settlement in other host countries. Most of the time they have to stranded back, they have to be killed. And the more horrible thing is that only in 2018, it is the refugees agency report that only in 2018 30,000 refugees were killed, and most of the refugees data is not recorded, most of the events, and these refugees become the prey of trafficking, smuggling, killing, kidnapping, forced labor. So these are human beings, and we should take care of this refugee issue in the most appropriate way. All the nations should have the responsibility to do that, and the leaders at national level, they must take care of that. They should not link these refugees with security issue, because it is also seen that these refugees are being taken as a security issue. That is a security threat. If you take any refugee within your country, they will become a threat, or they will become a threat to national identity of the local people. So don't try to put these human beings, link with these human beings with the security issue. These are already depressed and the suppressed people from their own country, so don't treat like them. But it is seen that there is also a report that in 2015 and 2016, there were almost big data of 7 million tweets that was analyzed, that says that these refugee issue was linked with right-wing you can say extremism, that they say that these are the threats. to the national security. So these leaders who are right-wing leaders who are relating these refugees to the threat issue are basically compromising long-term benefits to the short-term benefits for their short-term benefits, for their short-term politics. They are playing these games, but in the long run these refugees can become, especially for the developed countries who are having demographic push, their people are aging, they need labor hands as well, they need qualified people in their countries because their own population is aging, and new population growth is not so good for these developed countries. So these refugees can become an asset for them as well, because they bring cultural diversity, they bring talent and expertise. Yes, of course, these refugees must need some labor market trends and skills of the respective country where they are, but these can become benefit and the asset for the host country as well if they are being taken fairly and kindly. Thank you very much. I hope you would like this little analysis regarding refugees and human rights, and with some new analysis with new video I'll come. Thank you very much.